Good evening, everybody. I hope all of you are having a wonderful week so far. Regarding this week's poem, I admit I'm a bit hesitant to read it, as it's a little on the negative side. It's kind given all the work in trying to shift my mindset. It feels like it's a step back. It's a step backwards, but it still lingered in my mind after it first came up on Monday afternoon, as I was sitting at my cubicle on Monday afternoon. The poem goes something like this: I want to amount to something in this life. I'm doing the best that I can, but I keep sabotaging it at every turn. I can't get out of my own way these days, whether it be letting a writing residency slip through my grasp. Panic set in after dreaming of being in France. Settling into my new job after a bumpy start, yet not thinking the details through, or the constant waffling, picking one-off projects, masquerading to the world that I know what I'm doing as a writer, yearning to improve myself and my future, stuck in the preparation stage, just waiting to act, rattling off the inner winds that this year has brought. I needed help separating them from the moments themselves. A week into 38, and the birthday joy is waned, replaced by the same old question, what do I do next? As here, it's draped in the bright lights of the holidays. I know these words aren't me speaking. It's my inner saboteur at play. So yeah, this whole piece started actually later in the evening on my birthday last Friday. I checked my emails, and the Chateau or Caveau emailed me back saying that because I did not give them an answer as to whether or not I wanted to pursue the writing residency, my spot was opened up for other writers. But I was too caught up in the birthday celebration to think about it until I reread the email on Monday afternoon at about lunchtime. I came back in to my desk, opened up the sticky note app, and started writing this. I do get in my own way far too often. It's sad when you think about it. And honestly, this is the work of Inner Saboteur at play. Because even though the residency, even though it didn't work out this time around, I proved something from it that I can aim for bigger things with my writing. I'm not like it, my writing does resonate more than I could possibly realize. And I will be back in the Iberian Peninsula in the not too distant future. As far as my new job is going, it was a bumpy start. And yes, I also got caught up in the euphoria of the fact that after temping at the same place for 9 months, that they offered me a full-time job. And granted, I was on vacation in Greece when I found that out, so I was just in a state of euphoria that I finally found another full-time job. but I did not go ask enough questions regarding all the other details, the benefits, the schedule, the vacation time, scheduling. I was so caught up in my euphoria that I didn't bother to ask the important questions one should before they accept a full-time position. As for my writing, yeah, I chose going places for my major projects. And yes, I will be my letter regarding accepting my body will be in the next book that the Unsealed publishes in the new year. Okay, so I don't have the concrete roadmap ahead for my writing aspirations, but I'm taking steps going somewhere, and I'm still managing to consistently put my poems and videos out there. I do still yearn to be a better person than I currently am right now. And yes, I do have hesitancy to make a commitment to end up doing something to have another interest besides writing and going to work. It's just deciding on what and making the commitment that are the two things the two stumbling blocks. But the desire is there to be a better person. As far as the inner winds go, I admit I needed help separating the inner winds from the moments themselves. As to me, they're both one and the same. There's no differentiation between the two, at least until myself and my friend and coach Felice rattled off the inner winds on our call last week. I'm okay, I see what you mean. That how I felt, how going through the events empowered me and made me a stronger person than I knew that I could be. And yeah, after a week after my 38th birthday, sort of in a little bit in the sort of in the dumps, a little bit in the dumps this week, because once the birthday passes, it's sort of that gap between the birthday and Christmas and New Year's, and it's okay, what do I do now? There's still time to kill before we actually hit the heart of the holidays. So I'm wondering, what do I do now? What next? Which that question I always seems to come to mind after anything major happens. And this time, and the fact that it's the holiday season, it's beautiful seeing everything lit up in the lights of the holidays. So what I just did, I read my poem and I tried to reframe the entire piece line by line. I don't feel I don't like I don't feel near I don't feel nearly as the sense of despair than I did when I wrote this piece earlier in the week. It's all in the matter of how you reframe things. Well, everyone, that's it for this week's video. I hope all of you have a wonderful Friday, an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you guys again next week. Good night, everybody.